Hey Foxes, I want to thank everyone for watching my brownie episode. Mrs. Bowman, our teacher at Farmdale, sent me a wonderful family recipe that's really quick and easy for their strawberry pizza. So today we are going to make that, see how it turns out. And you know what? Strawberries are in season right now, so it's a great time to try this recipe out. So it's gonna take a couple parts. We do need to make a crust, let it cool, and then come back to the table, kind of like with brownies. We made our brownies, let it cool, and then came back with the frosting. So this time we're going to make the crust for the strawberry pizza. I'll start with that first, and then after that cools off, we will come back to put the rest together. So I hope you're excited for another cool recipe. I know I am, so let's get started. All right, so as I said, this recipe that Mrs. Bowman sent me is super simple and takes very few ingredients, which is always awesome. So for the crust, we are going to need 1 cup of butter. Again, these are each half cup sticks, so we put 2 halves together, we make 1 whole. We are going to have 1 cup of flour, and we're going to be putting in 1 tablespoon of powdered sugar. Now, this is my powdered sugar. I don't know about you guys, but I like to buy my things in bulk and then put them in storage containers, because when I do bake, I like to bake a lot. And as we saw with my brownies, the frosting takes quite a bit of powdered sugar, so I do like to buy in bulk. So we are going to be combining these 3 ingredients and then pressing them into a 9x13 pan. So let's get started. All right, so step 1 is that we need to soften our butter. So I'm going to take my 1 cup of butter and I'm going to put it in a bowl, soften it up. Put it in, by softening, I will be putting it in the microwave for about 30 seconds or so, and then we will add all the other ingredients, mix it up, and press it into our pan. All right, so as you can see, I am taking out my softened butter. I do want to tell you that I have preheated the oven to 350. It is 11:37 in the morning. Because it is getting a little bit hot during the day, I like to do my baking in the morning before it's way too hot. So we're gonna take this over to our cooking area and put together our crust. All right, so we have our softened butter. I'm going to throw in my cup of flour. I'm going to do my tablespoon of powdered sugar. I'm going to mix it together. I did take a 9x13 pan. I did use some Pam right here to make sure it's all buttered up. So let's mix this up. I find that making a dough, when you're making a crust, it's just easier to use your hands. Don't worry, I promise I cleaned my hands before I started. So this is a nice creamy crust. All right, now that I have mixed it all in, I'm going to take my 9x13 pan and I'm going to take my crust and I'm going to press it in the bottom. So it's all pressed down. I'm going to put it in the oven for 10 minutes. It's gonna be a really quick cook. So let me get this in the oven and I'll show you that it's in there. All right, as you can see, it is in the oven and it's gonna bake for 10 minutes. So I will show you what it looks like when it comes out. Then we'll let it cool so that we can make the filling and the topping. All right, guys, our 10 minutes are up, so I'm going to pull it out of the oven. All right. So there is our crust, and I will be back in a while after we let it cool off to start doing the rest. All right, guys, it's been a few hours. Crust is complete. And now we are going to go to the filling. So I'm going to show you the ingredients for that. I'll show you what the crust looks like, and we'll get started with part number 2. Layer of our strawberry pizza. We are going to have a 8-ounce cream cheese. Here is what it looks like in the box. I have had this out for the past hour or so because it's supposed to be at room temperature so that we can work with it. We are going to have 1 8-ounce Cool Whip, and we are gonna have 1 cup of powdered sugar. So for some reason, the recipes I've been doing are all calling for powdered sugar, but powdered sugar is very sweet and delicious. And then over here, there is our completed crust, which we are going to put this filling on top of that crust. So let's get started. All right, so I'm going to put everything inside the bowl, mix it up, and then we'll get ready to put it on top of the crust. So we're all mixed up. I'm gonna pull these off. I am gonna taste a little bit of this one because this is gonna be super sweet. Let's make sure it tastes good. That is really, really delicious. And we're gonna spread it on our crust. Now, when I do recipes that take a crust and then we need a filling to spread it, I typically like to put it all in different little spots, so that way I don't break the crust and it just helps even out the filling. So that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna put little spots all around so that when I go to smooth it out, it doesn't break the crust. All right, so there's our strawberry pizza. I have put all of our filling on top, so we are going to go to the final step, and we will have a strawberry pizza. Once we are done, we're gonna leave it in the refrigerator to chill for a while, and again, we will probably have this for dessert tonight after dinner, and it should be ready to go. All right, guys, so final step calls for strawberries and a strawberry glaze. I found this in the produce section at Food Max. So we're gonna start by cutting up the strawberries, then we're going to add the glaze on top of that, and we will be done. All right, guys, so I'm gonna cut the strawberries up into little pieces. I'm gonna put it in this bowl that I have, and then we will put it on top of our dessert. We are on the final step. I have cut 2 of the boxes of strawberries. I may not need them all. I will eat them with dinner if I don't need them all. And then we will add the glaze on top. I'm gonna be honest, this is the first time I've ever used a glaze, so we'll see how the glaze comes out. Then we're gonna pop this in the refrigerator until we're ready to have it later tonight. So let's add our strawberries. Oh, I love strawberries. It is probably my favorite fruit, so when I was given this recipe, I thought, wow, yes, absolutely, I want to try this because I love strawberries. All right, we ended up using all of those 2 cups of strawberries, so we're going to put the glaze on top and look at the finished project. All right, guys, here is the finished product. It is my strawberry pizza. Thanks to Mrs. Bowman for the recipe. We will put it in the fridge, let it chill, and we will try it later. And I have to say, the glaze was super easy to use. I think I've been missing out for a very long time. So we'll pop this in the fridge and we'll check on it later tonight. All right, I've pulled it out of the fridge. We're gonna cut this up and then we will try it and see if it's good. It looks delicious. I'm excited to try it. All right, here is the test. It's delicious. It's really, really good. Thank you, Mrs. Bowman, for the strawberry pizza recipe. I will definitely have the recipe down in the link below. And everyone have a great night.